New information on a situation over the weekend where a man is accused of hitting Moorhead police squad cars several times. Officers were called about a domestic dispute around noon on Saturday in the 3200 block of 9th Street South. According to court documents filed today, Sage Cogger was upset because he couldn't take a child with him. They say he revved his engine and reversed into a patrol vehicle. During a chase, he did a 180-degree turn and hit an officer's vehicle head-on. He continued driving, then reversed into that same officer's vehicle a second time. He was eventually arrested and charged with assault with a dangerous weapon, damage to property, fleeing, assault on a peace officer, and criminal vehicular operation. 2 squad cars were damaged and 1 officer was taken to the ER.